always had this idea that I wanted to make trolling baits, Marlin baits that were as anatomically correct as possible in shape and color, but also have action, a swimming action that you could swim them with other normal, regular Kona style lures. So the first one we came up with was this little bonito. It took us, myself and there's another guy that I work with Williamson, his name is Philippe Gigio. It took us 6 months to get the formula to get this thing to swim. We spent hours and hours in Hong Kong Harbour trying to get these things to swim properly. And eventually, once we got the formula right, we managed to make all the other sizes. But these lures swim as fast as your other normal lures. They'll swim up to 6, 7, even 8 knots, the bigger ones. And they swim between 4 and 6 feet below the surface. So what this does, these lures do, they add a second dimension to your trawling pattern. They add a second plane. You've got your surface and these are underneath, and they have sufficient vibration in the water to attract fish. If you feel the line, they're actually shaking like a rapala does. And as I say, they just add that second plane and dimension to your whole trolling pattern. They run very, very well on short and long corners on a flat line. So you just take your line down with an elastic band and put it around the reel handle, for example, and it'll make it run true. And you can run these right underneath your regular lures, and they track perfectly with the boat. They really are very, very good. The swimming ballyhoo, this size in particular would be excellent here for your striped marlin and small blacks. They're really, really good. So, you can, that's the beauty of these things, that you can run this under your 8-inch lure, and they, similar bait size, and that's what your fish here would be eating. They would be eating your slimy mackerel and scads and things like that. So that's the size of the bait. So we even have a slimy mackerel for you guys. There's a small bluefish, and then also carrying on in that range is we get the combination lures, because a lot of people put a lure with a strip bait or a ballyhoo behind. So we've done that for the angler. This one is a soft bird, so it's got a flutter in the front, but you do get one with a little sailfish catcher lure like that in front. And these are excellent lures. Guys have put lots of dorado on them, striped sails, and this has been one of our best selling lures in the live series. It's what the Americans call a goggle-eye. We call it a moss bunker. I'm not sure what you guys call us a yakka or a scad mozzie. I'm not 100% sure. But this will be really good for your marker as well. This is the latest one. It's just coming out now. Also swim at 6, 7 knots, and they're all weighted, and the fins give them stability, and they swim, as I said earlier, 4 to 6 feet down. And then moving on to the next dimension of trolling lures. Is the hybrid style lures. Peter's got some as well, and we've made 2 sizes to start. We've got this 11-inch one, we've got a 7-inch one using that ballyhoo body and the sailfish head. These ones are keel strip to run down, and our ones have the wings on, which we've taken from the technology of the other swimming lures to keep it stable. These, if Peter will show you he's got some very good footage of lures in the water, underwater shots and surface lures, showing you how skirts perform in the water. And then when you see these lures perform in the water, it adds that other dimension to your lure, because basically in a skirted lure, the most of the action comes from the head. You'll see the head is actually encased in a bubble, and as it passes over the skirt, that's when it breaks up and it forms that bubble trail in the water. With these lures here, you get that same bubble engulfing the head, breaking up in the body, but then you get a second bubble trail from the tail as it kicks. And they also have a distinct vibration in the water, which I really believe is more of an attractant than traditional lures. You can also see the rod is also shaking like a Rapala. They're really, really good. Just a tip when we use them actually on a Marlin lure, we put a safety strap on the front of them, because although they're too wide and thick and welded, I just find it's much safer to have a safety strap over the back of the bird, so you're always connected. But this is one Williamson lure that is this concept. It's a sonic strip. It came from France, because they used to use pork rind, Uncle Josh's pork rind and bass stuff, and to catch bluefin tuna behind a jetted lure. And what it does is it puts a sonic strip. So when we were at the factory, we managed to find this very resilient silicone strip, and it comes with some spares in the pack. So with this jetted feather, this is a 7-inch one, you get a 5-inch one as well. These things, if you fish this thing against a normal feather, this feather will outfish the other one 5-to-1 with tuna, because if you have a look here, it's got holes in it, and you can set the resonance of this silicone strip by moving it in and out. So at a slower speed you make it more accentuated, at a faster speed you make it tighter. And it's almost like the skin of a drum. It vibrates in the water and it puts a resonance out. And these things are very, very, very good for tuna. All tuna, from skipjack tuna, yellowfin, bluefin. This is a really, really good concept.